Oba.
Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. It's me, your old buddy, the GOC, coming to you live to tape on the road again. I mean, listen, I'm on the road 3 or 4 days a week. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. Drop an elbow on that like button, share, subscribe, leave a comment, become a member. It's the best way to support this channel. We're going to jump right into Pro Wrestling 24/7, Busted Open Radio. David LaGreca and Uncle Bully Ray are here now talking Clash in Italy. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to take you on some of my errands. I'm going to be in and out of the stinking Lincoln. And I want you guys to listen in. I want to hear what you have to say in the premiere chat. And as usual, when I'm on the road, over 65 episodes now on the road. Check out the channel. Coming up on 2 million total views. Almost 750 Chaos Corner shows, because this isn't a fucking podcast. It's a show. 3,100 subscribers. Particles, spit. I don't know what's going on here. I have amnesia and deja vu at the same time. I think I've forgotten this before. All right, let's listen in to Uncle Bully. I want to hear what you have to say. Austin Nance, my brother from another mother. There is no other. Hold it down, keeping it real and maintaining. I greatly appreciate you, brother. I listened to JD from Off the Script. I listened to the Solid Monster. I listened to Chi-Town Smark. I listened to the OG Don Tony. I want to hear what you have to say, so let's sit in. And I'm going to be bouncing in and out, so don't be frustrated. It's a beautiful day. It's in the low 70s and sunny. They're talking about Oba and Brock at Clash in Italy. We saw what happened last night on Raw. Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, so on and so forth. Hey, how about the New York Knickerbockers sweeping Cleveland 4 straight and headed to the NBA Finals for the first time in 27 years? We haven't won since 73. I'm still living back then. Willis Reed, Clyde Frazier, Bill Bradley, Dave DeBusschere, Phil Jackson. I mean, I didn't think Earl of Pearl Monroe. Let's listen in. I'm a little amped up, and all I have is a Diet Coke. I already had my water.
Same sentence with Opa Femi and Brock Lesnar. That's its own story completely. Don't want to see those two streams cross at all.
I am very excited to see what happens with Oba and Brock, but man, if there was a story that I was excited to see how it unfolds into a feud moving forward, it's Cody and Gunther. And please, please, do not emasculate Gunther along the way in any way, shape, or form.
I agree with Bully.
I don't want to hear Gunther getting dressed down by Adam Pearce because, oh, you put Cody to sleep and you didn't let go and the referee told you to. I don't want any of that.
No, and I don't think that's going to happen. We'll continue the discussion on the other side when Bully and I are back right here on Busted Open.
All right, now that you guys know we're on Busted Open, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, probably the number one, well, without question, the number one show in all of the world when it comes to the IWC, the world of pro wrestling. And before I had pulled in here, they were talking about Oba and Brock Lesnar and what's going to happen. And now that Brock is not retiring, surprised the heck out of everybody and gave him the 4 or 5 F5s the other night out of nowhere. And it certainly surprised me because I thought Brock was out. So now they're going to let this burn. Like, that's what I originally said when Brock impromptu retired. I mean, that was the deal. He impromptu retired, caught everybody got off guard. I'm sure it wasn't planned. I mean, who knows? Maybe it is because everything's a work in life. You know that. A lot of traffic, a lot of police activity down this way by the local Walmart. I see about a half dozen or so cars, law enforcement. I hope everybody's all right. We're the day after Memorial Day. I hope there's nothing crazy going on down there. You know, the law enforcement side wants to see if I can go down there and see what's going on, but I'm going to stay out of it. We're coming off Double or Nothing. We know that MJF is back to being champion. It doesn't get much better than that. I think that's fantastic. That's where the company needs to be. We saw Kevin Knight afterwards turn heel. We saw Edge and Christian become the new AEW Tag Team Champions. Thekla is still, that's right, Thekla is still the women's champion, and boy, does she have it. You talk about women with aura and star power like Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, and you talk about all these other women in the business, Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné. Put Thekla right up there because she is incredible. The Toxic Spider, she has it. And now we're going into talk, just to give you updates here. The NHL playoffs are still going on. We're in the Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals. It's been unbelievable. There's nothing like playoff hockey. You guys know that not only do I cover pro wrestling every week, which is the main thing on this channel, but we also cover all sports, all entertainment. We're a well-rounded channel, and that's why you come here. So you're better off when you fucking walked out than when you walked in. And that's just a fact. So getting back to what Bully Ray was saying before they get back on here, and again, we were talking about the NHL playoffs. I'm bouncing all over the place, but my mind's like a lazy Susan. It'll come back around. You have the Colorado Avalanche on one side with the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are kicking ass. I expect them to be in the NHL finals. You have Montreal and Carolina, which has been an unbelievable series. I believe it's going to be Carolina and Las Vegas in the NHL finals. That's what I'm predicting. And since the Knicks swept the Cavaliers, I think in the West it's OKC and San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken. I know OKC is there. I would love to see the Knicks and the Thunder in the NBA Finals, and I would like to see Carolina and Vegas in the NHL Finals. We know my Mets, over 50-year fan, are the cellar dwellers. They had that 12-game losing streak. Now they've lost like 4 out of their last 5. They're still in last place. I don't know what the fuck is going on. All kinds of injuries. It's time for Mendy to go. Stearns is running this like small ball. This isn't Billy Beane in the Oakland A's back 20 years ago. So I just want to ramble on, sing that song. I'm going to ramble on. But so I just wanted to report on all that because I know you guys follow me for the sports as well. But Clash in Italy, Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Is it time for Gunther to take that undisputed title? Is it time to take it off of Cody? Because I don't think it hurts Cody to lose. Give it to Gunther. Everybody's talking about being dog walked by Jacob, dog walked by the OTC, walk your dog, walk your sister's ass, walk your cat. I don't care who you're walking. At least you're getting in shape as you're walking. I don't know what's going to happen with the Bloodline. A lot of people, chaos with the Bloodline. They did that in 22 and 23, and we're back now, and boring. Come on, man. Let it play out. The Samoans have carried this business. They're everywhere. As long as they write it out properly, I think it could be a great thing. So, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jacob, Roman. Where does CM Punk fit in all this? The Vision is still going to be the tag team champions because Braun Breaker's back, although Logan Paul is out. Any two of the three. When's Bronson Reed coming back? So I know I'm jumping all over here, but bear with me. I'm getting ready to get out for another errand. So I want you guys to listen to Uncle Bully and LaGreca and see what they have to say.
Last night and what we saw in that final segment, I've changed my tune. I've completely changed my tune. And it's
not the first time you changed your tune, LaGreca.
Jacob and Roman said. Mostly Jacob Fatu. Now we heard the big fight talk. I'm going to walk you like a dog. You're going to walk me. We're all going to walk.
But
it's more about what Jacob said at the end for me that really grabbed my attention. And I want to get your take. Jacob said, Roman, this is win-win for me.
It's true.
If I lose,
It is win-win for Jacob. He's got nothing to lose.
where am I? It's not like
It's
I'm
the truth. He still has a
I'm
job.
still gonna have
He's
a
young.
job. I'm still going to get paid. I'm still going to be able to pay my bills. But, man, if I win, then I become the ambassador of this family. And I'm the one that you're going to
All right, don't go anywhere.
acknowledge.
I know you guys aren't crazy about it when I get out and you're just looking at a steering wheel, but you're still going to be able to listen to news about the business. It doesn't get much better. Should I put something up here as a little graphic? Maybe I have something that you can see instead of just a steering wheel. Yes, I have the blowers on, so there's always particles. I apologize.
Win either way, because I ain't going anywhere.
He ain't going
I
anywhere.
thought that was, it was odd, but at the same time, I kind of liked the honesty, and it changed my perception of
Let me break
everything
out one of my
that's been
lucha
said
masks
and
that you can
done
look at.
before what we saw last
Yes,
night. Your
I
thoughts?
carry lucha masks.
So what do you think the finish is going to be?
Roman's winning.
Sounds like Jacob is already making excuses for the possible loss. Hedging his bet.
Yeah, and I think that's okay, Bully, because you can talk all the talk you want. But Roman made it clear. Know what you're getting into. And in a weird way, you know, you mentioned about the handshake and them putting their heads
Lucha
together.
libre, no me dejo para que muévete, culo cabrón, peteo.
Jey Uso and Roman before. We never saw it with
All right, I'm
Roman
coming
and
right
Jacob
back.
Fatu.
Don't go anywhere.
We
Chaos
saw it.
Corner on the
We saw it
road.
last night. Go ahead.
Let me just clarify. I didn't. One or two of the nation members did bring it up to us on social media that we did see the handshake and the headbutt before in the tribal combat between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. However, it was not nearly as big and dramatic as the one from last night. Thus, it was forgotten. One of the nation members sent us the video of it, and it was a much smaller handshake and a quick headbutt. Last night, there was something about it's because the story with Jacob and Roman feels that much thicker. It feels like there's so much more on the line. It feels more like two warriors with Jacob and Roman than it felt like with Jey and Roman. And that's why I don't like Jacob hedging his bet. I don't like Jacob saying, well, even if I lose, I still win.
Yeah, but it was weird for me, Bully, in the fact that, and I'm not just
Go
talking
back to the first time that Jacob ever told Roman what that belt means and the family and the food on the table, and like Jacob made us believe that belt, that championship was his salvation because of the money it brought in. Not because of the prestige, but the money it brought in, so he could take care of his 7 children or however many children he has. Now it's like, maybe I bit off a little bit more than I can chew, and if I lose, I still win because I ain't going nowhere. At least I'm not getting fired.
I almost felt like, for me last night, man, I'm talking, a lot of the verbiage is your typical pro wrestling jargon, but I'm looking past that and to the meat of what I heard last night, Bully. I almost felt like last night Jacob acknowledged Roman Reigns. He talked about that Roman got them to the top of the mountain. Roman has brought this family to places that it's never been before. Roman has made money not just for himself, but for the entire family. Like, in a weird way, if you really listen to the verbiage of Jacob Fatu last night, he kind of acknowledged Roman Reigns. Now, the one thing that he did say, which I can totally understand, is that the way he won at Backlash is not the way that Roman Reigns should have won. As the head of the table, as the person that's supposed to lead this family, the way that he won, no bueno. It's almost like Jacob is challenging, now you got to beat me the right way. To cleanse yourself, you have to beat me the right way. I don't look for Jacob Fatu to become the new head of the table. I don't look for Roman Reigns to be acknowledging Jacob Fatu. I almost feel like this is a cleansing where if Roman beats Jacob the way he should beat Jacob, that Jacob is going to fall in line and acknowledge Roman Reigns. I'm almost expecting it in Italy.
It sounds like Jacob doubts himself, which leads me to doubt Jacob.
That's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
So I'm saying that the verbiage made me think that Jacob is making excuses for himself. You said that his verbiage made you think that he's already acknowledging Roman. Now, unless there's some giant swerve in place where that's what we wanted you to believe, and now Jacob's the new champion, in which case we would say, wow, you really got us, it worked. I don't think so. I think that they are insulating Jacob from the eventuality of Jacob losing.
Yeah. I agree.
Just,
Also Roman too, because Roman, like, acknowledging Jacob like he did with that handshake and putting their heads together. Would Roman have done that a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
But I think that's part of the tribal combat amongst the family where you have to do that.
Okay.
Once you agree to tribal combat, that is the last thing that it either solidifies the deal or it's the last thing we see before the match. And Turin is this Saturday, correct?
Yes.
So we don't get to see them again until the match. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see tribal combat start off with that show of respect. Like, that's just my opinion. And then they kill each other. But nobody actually dies because nobody's killing, and Oba's not going to kill Brock. And Jacob's not going to kill Roman. But I do not think Jacob Fatu comes out of this as the winner.
I really look at, after what I heard last night, I almost feel like Jacob is just setting this up to be a test for Roman. Because, there's feelings that Jacob has for Roman. Hey, man, I was struggling and I needed to get into the WWE. You were the top dog in this company and you didn't open the door for me to walk in. I had to go through another direction thanks to Solo Sikoa. But it didn't come from you. Now, Roman said, hey, everything that happens in this company has to go through me, which is it's just a line that he used. But I feel like...
He also said that to Punk, though.
Yeah. So I feel, yes, he did say that to Punk, too. So it's just a line that Roman uses. So I feel like Jacob is just doing what he's doing to test Roman Reigns. I felt like last night was an acknowledgement of Roman Reigns. That's how I looked at it. That's
we'll
how I
see
looked
what
at it
happens.
last night.
We'll see what happens, and we'll see where they go from there. It's like all we really can say, like, are they really positioning Roman? Listen, you want shock and awe? Put Jacob over. You want real shock and awe? Start off Monday Night Raw. Advertise that on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns acknowledges Jacob Fatu as the tribal chief and puts the Ulafala around Jacob Fatu's neck.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, holy shit, I have to watch.
Yeah, and that's where Jacob says, you know what? I set up the ultimate test for you and you failed. And now I'm taking this family in a completely different direction than it's ever gone before. You could do that. I mean, and then you're just solidifying that Jacob Fatu and Roman are going to be attached at the hip for the rest of the summer until SummerSlam, which I'm completely fine with. Because if Roman beats Jacob in Italy, where does Roman go from here? Like, I don't know where Roman goes from here. But if Jacob wins, that's you just set the course for the entire summer to SummerSlam.
Shenanigans could happen. Maybe we get a non-finish in this one, in which they continue the story. Something with Jimmy and Jay. I'm not sure.
I'm back.
Is there, maybe there is, that I'm just not seeing.
Voila.
Is there an opponent?
See what happens when I come in? All the particles. What's going on in the sky? It's another story for another time. I'm here for a much-needed distraction, a temporary stress reliever.
Could it be like Solo Sikoa coming back.
Let's see what Dave and Bully are saying. What were they talking about while I was out, Owen?
Does that set up like
Let me know.
the two bloodlines going up against each other?
Did Roman remind Jacob? I'm sorry. Jacob reminded Roman, you didn't bring me in, correct?
He did.
He did say it last night, but he had said that before.
Said it last week.
He had said that you had the opportunity to bring me in, and you didn't. Solo is the one who brought me in.
So Solo Sikoa showed up in Turin and helped Jacob 5-2 defeat Roman Reigns. And there's Solo and Jacob side by side because Solo's the guy that brought him in. That's a hell of a story right there. If Roman wins...
Jacob already turned on Solo once, if I'm not mistaken,
You're
Bully.
right. Like,
Bully
okay,
Ray.
Where are we going now? How much more blood are we trying to wring out of this
I'm gonna risk the
stone that is
particles.
The bloodline? Solo shows up, helps Jacob go over, but then reminds Jacob, the only reason you're here is because of me. Everybody else, Solo can say to Jacob, we are all here because of Roman, including me.
It's a true statement.
But the only reason you're here, Jacob, is me. Now you owe me. I'm spitballing.
No,
Let's be honest. The only reason why they're all here is from High Chief Peter Maivia, and then let's go down to Afa and Sika, the original Wild Samoans. That's why you're all here. Throw in Rocky Johnson, obviously.
And Jacob going over for some storyline into the future than just Roman going over.
Yeah, and just what is on the other? The only thing that's on the other side, and I'm sorry, as much as I like the guy, I'm not buying in. The only thing on the other side waiting in the wings is LA Knight. And
LA Knight?
it just
Aren't we
doesn't
over
fit
this
for
guy
me. I'm
already?
sorry.
Eli
Noel
Drake,
Knight, he's super
yeah.
over and the fans love him.
What is it with LA Knight? I get it. He's over with the fans. I get it. He's in great shape. He's in his middle 40s. It's maybe one of his last runs, but I don't see him going anywhere. But why the push for LA Knight? LA Knight, LA Knight. There's 10 other guys right now on the main roster that are blown away anything LA Knight's doing, and LaGreca's still here like day-old butter left in the sun, and you know what that is? Soft. LA Knight. I'm tired of hearing LA Knight. He had his shot. Just like you try to push Sami Zayn. Just like you try to push Jey Uso for things that they're not built for, not meant to be. Still solid workers, still upper tier, but the face of your company, I just don't see it. LA Knight. LA
And
Knight.
what if Solo does show up with whoever's left of the bloodline on his side? And what
You
if
still have members left. Not everybody
if-
was released.
And what if the Usos show up to have Roman's back? And what if everybody is involved? All of the members of the family are somehow involved in this tribal combat match. Where at the end of the match,
I
people
like
are
tribal
picking sides,
combat.
but the match is still
I've been
going
involved
on,
in
and
tribal
you kinda have
combat,
that
so to
good and the
speak.
bad and the ugly type finish where everybody is looking at one another, what's going to go down, and then somehow you get a finish. There's a way to make this interesting and exciting and intriguing and come out of it with something. But if Roman wins, Jacob has to acknowledge him, right?
Yes.
So Roman wins, Jacob acknowledges him, but hey, I didn't get fired, so that's a win, and I'm still here. Okay.
Promo by Jacob
where
wasn't the
Solo-
best
that's
last
where
night.
Solo
That's
has to
not
come
his
in.
strong suit.
That's where Solo.
And I don't
comes
think
in.
Jacob
What's his
should
name?
go over and clash in Italy. I think they should extend this out a little bit more, although the fans don't want to see it. I want to see it.
Solo's music hits, he comes
I
out.
think they should extend it out. Jacob, he's been here for a little while, but you're just going to come in and take over as the tribal chief too? Extend this a little more. Let's take it to SummerSlam. It's going to be 2 nights for SummerSlam. Let's make it the big news there, not Clash in Italy. This is basically a Saturday night's main event, although it looks like a good show.
And are they really going to go into their second biggest show of the year, in which they have to sell out both nights without Roman as their champion?
Bingo,
Now,
bully.
Roman,
Bingo.
Unless it's a rematch with Jacob Fatu to get that championship back, I don't see anything that is that significant and big.
But then I'll take you back to the first thing that Roman said after he won the championship. I'll be around, what did he say, till the end of the summer, throughout the summer?
Yeah.
He said something that made us believe, okay, when summer's over, he's going to make another movie, he's taking time off, or he's going to pet his dog, whatever.
He's going to walk his dog.
I don't foresee him losing right now. I can see him losing at the end of the summer. Once again, I remind everybody, card subject to change.
Bully and I are on the same page, like-minded.
But the idea of Jacob has already insulated himself through the verbiage going, hey, if I lose, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not getting fired. I'm still earning a paycheck. Money's the most important thing to me here.
Again, that's why that promo last night did not work for me. I was bumfuzzled. I was verklempt when he said it.
Bow down and acknowledge Roman. And he's like, all right, I'll bow down. I'll acknowledge whatever. I'm still getting my paycheck.
Well, he said, I love you, Solo. Why can't you say it to Roman Reigns, who's letting everybody eat?
If there's anybody that you should be bowing to, it's me. And I'm not even, I'm not asking you to kneel. I'm asking you to stand by my side.
Big difference. Big difference.
Now, I'm guessing this is going to be the main event.
Yeah, they're
coming
playing
up
bocce.
on Saturday because
Bocce ball.
we found out yesterday on Raw that Cody and Gunther is going to be in that opening hour that's going to be free on ESPN. So you're going to get Cody and Gunther, and you're going to get Jade and Rhea. That's going to be your free hour on ESPN. So it's either going to be Oba and Brock or this match that's going to be your main event. I would think it's going to be
Right,
Roman,
so
Jacob
Clash in
Fatu,
Italy
Tribal Combat
It is going to be an excellent show, in my opinion.
I don't know. There's going to be
But you
some
can't
kind of memorable ending, in my opinion.
cancel out these stories and not continue the storyline because you're over in Italy or you're over in France or London or Mexico, wherever the fuck it is you want to be. Do it here.
Tune into the company's next show. I hate the close the book feel of pro wrestling. The WWE opens the book at 8 o'clock. They close the book at 10:30.
The only
Remember the
time,
wrestling?
yeah, the only time I don't mind the closing of the book is at WrestleMania.
Right, but remember back when we were kids, Dave, watching, I was so drawn to Georgia Championship Wrestling and World Championship Wrestling because of the way they went off the air.
I agree.
There's only 30 seconds left of TV time. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
And they always left you on the edge of your seat, not finishing out the complete story on that show to make you want to come back next week or go to the live event. That's what the territories did great. That's what the current industry does not do. Because when WrestleMania and all that stuff started, I was already in my middle 20s. I wasn't a little boy or streaming down my daddy's leg or hitting the sheets. I don't know where you guys were. Most of you weren't born. Or if you were even current stars in town, you were little boys, not even teenagers. At the most, that's what you were. I was already living my fucking life. I had already tried to break into the business once and failed. I was already in my middle 20s by the time WrestleMania started and was just getting ready to start in the prison behind the walls, serving you. So the reason why, and I hate to be so vehement, the reason why I'm saying all this is because where I was mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, chronologically in the world of pro wrestling at time as compared to where you guys were No offense, no better, just a different experience and mindset for the business and how the business was, if that makes sense to you. And I hope it does.
Guy that said, I have to win. I need that title. I need to beat you. That all of a sudden he's like, it's a win-win. I'll still have a job.
Dave, could you imagine Jimmy Johnson taking the Cowboys to the Super Bowl for the first time, and Jimmy Johnson says, guys, we're in the Super Bowl. We're the Dallas Cowboys. We're an America's team. We're going to go out there.
Look at
we're
all
gonna
the
beat
debris.
The Buffalo Bills.
Holy
we're gonna
but
become
Jesus,
Super Bowl
pollen,
champions.
something. It looks like it's fucking
Remember,
snowing.
We're still the NFC champions.
Yeah, it just doesn't. You got to finish the job. And maybe Paul, if you can find that little piece of the promo from last night when he said that,
It made no
like,
sense.
even the way he said it, it just
I think he got lost. It made no sense. It gave no urgency. It's like, que sera, sera. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. I still got a job. Meanwhile, last week, he was saying, I need everything. I got to have everything. I got to put food on the table.
nothing that happens this
It
weekend
didn't make sense.
It's win-win. I'm either a champion, but if I lose, I still have a job.
I can see creative saying, all right, we're going to have Roman go over in Italy, but we got to protect Jacob a little bit. How do we protect him? And that sounds like protective verbiage.
I almost felt like there was one more Raw where, like,
I don't understand why so many people go at Bully. I know he's a little rough around the edges. Heck, when myself and the Outcast Killers worked with the Dudley Boys, Team 3D, and going for the NWA World Tag Team titles in a series of table matches all over the Northeast. Hey, listen, he said to me, give the Guardian of Chaos Big Daddy 6 spots. He'll fuck up 5 of them. I consider that a compliment. I didn't get hurt by that or hurt my feelings or wanted to be protected. So I get the way he comes across sometimes. But he's a great guy. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. There's not too many in this industry right now that have the mindset that he does. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. Whether you feel that's on you.
Second loudest crowd I've ever been in my career. And Dave, I've been everywhere. Seen a million faces, and I rocked them all.
Nice,
Was
Bully.
Milan, Italy. Now, I know this is not Milan. I know this is Turin. But Italy was a ridiculously loud audience. The only audience that was louder than them was Singapore. And knowing that this is the first PLE that Italy is getting, like this is the first big show in the history of the WWE in Italy, there's a good chance that these people are going to be off the charts.
I predict they will be.
I have not looked, but I'm gonna take a look just to see how big this venue is.
12, 15,000 tops?
Yeah, I would think it's. I mean, if there's a roof on the building,
Going into
right?
the cave.
It's not open.
The
It's
bunker.
not open.
I don't know. Turin is not like a major sports city in Italy.
This was a short road trip today, but I'll be back.
16,500.
Okay, so you're gonna have 16,000 people in that closed. So it's gonna be loud. To your point,
listen,
it's gonna be loud.
European fans, you could just go. European fans just go by how their passion for soccer, and the chants and the songs, and look at what France does when WWE comes to town. Italy knows, like we were talking earlier today about, Philly knows that AEW just came out of New York. Now, there was 15,000 people in New York. There's going to be about 5,000 people in Philly. But those 5,000 people in Philly are going to want to be as loud as they possibly can. Turin, Italy knows this is their shot to put their city on the map. They're going to want to sing along. They're going to want to do their chants. They're going to want to have their fun.
Here's something else that I think is significant. Okay, and this is from what I'm reading. It's been this case for a bit here. Is that Clash in Italy is sold out. The VIP
Why wouldn't it be?
packages are sold out. The tickets are sold out. The only way you can get tickets is again, like what we saw at Double or Nothing on Saturday, or Sunday, which is like resale tickets. So this isn't a case. Remember we were talking before about The Rock came back because they were struggling to sell tickets for Elimination Chamber, and they're like, hey, let's bring The Rock in to try to boost ticket sales.
Let's listen in before I jump out of here.
They don't need that for Clash in Italy coming up. And by the way, that match with Brock and Oba is not going to be on that free hour. So,
Well, smart
like, there's
to
a
get you to
reason
buy
why
the
they
fucking
brought
app.
Back Brock. It wasn't just to pop one event. I cannot see.
Right.
because
You
no
got to
one
make
was
it go to
already sold out.
SummerSlam. Same
I
thing
can't
with
see them
Jacob
bringing-
and Roman.
Bringing back Brock.
Brock's
or
going to
just
come
one
back. Don't let him go out in Italy. Bring it to SummerSlam. He got
Let me
2
see
nights
how
to
I
fill.
can say this.
Let's see what Bully says.
Brock was never done at WrestleMania.
You think so, Bully? I thought there was an outside
Just to
chance
get
that he
people
was
talking,
done.
Just to get
I really
people-
did.
Brock
And you know
was
I've been
never
around a
done
long
at
time.
WrestleMania.
Okay. But I also believe that they didn't bring Brock back just for this one event in Italy.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
We're on the same page.
All right. Before we take a break, Paul has the audio, so maybe I misheard something.
All right, let's
I
listen
wanna
to the
listen
audio,
to it
then they're
again.
gonna go on
So
break,
let's
and I'm
listen
gonna
to
get
what
out of here.
Jacob said to Roman on Monday Night Raw last night.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it looks like a win for me. It looks like a win for me then, Roman, huh? So, if you do dog walk my ass, hey, it looks like I still got a job here. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Stop it.
Nah,
I don't
yeah.
think it was supposed to go that way.
Do you hear the people?
Yeah, they're booing, Bully.
There's no reaction from the people. There's nothing.
Exactly, because what is the babyface saying?
He's basically giving himself, hey, if I lose, I
It
still
doesn't
have
matter
this.
is what he's
Not
fucking
only
saying.
If I lose, if you dog walk my ass, what is it? If you dog walk somebody's ass, what does that mean you just did to them?
You just gave him an ass whipping.
You beat him down.
Dave, even if you kick my ass, I'm still going to be on Busted Open on Friday.
See?
That's
It made no
Nothing
sense
changes.
It almost sounds like you've already resigned yourself to
that you're
defeat.
going to lose. That's right. And that's what I've been saying.
Watching that back and looking into Jacob's eyes and listening to his tone,
He had no intensity.
I don't think Jacob Fatu believes in himself right now.
No, I mean, and if you think about it,
Circle gets the
at
square.
Backlash,
Ding, ding,
Bully,
ding, 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 ding,
what
ding,
was
ding,
he
ding,
saying?
ding.
He's like, I have to win. I don't.
Right,
I
look,
don't
Greca,
want
that's
it.
what I just
need
said
that.
5
I
minutes
need
ago
it.
when
Now
weeks
he's
before,
like,
dude, I
hey,
gotta win. I
lose.
gotta have it, man. I
I'm
need
in
it.
the same position I've always been in. I don't.
And I'm sorry for over talking these guys.
It almost feels
But I am the
like
guardian of chaos.
he's now realizing just how much power Roman has. Like, Jacob's been around, right? But now this is the first time he's been, in the past couple months, head-to-head with Roman. Where in the beginning, he could have been like, nah, man, this guy ain't that bad. He ain't that tough. He ain't got that much juice. He ain't got this. He ain't got that. He didn't bring me in. But now it's as if he's like, oh, shit. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew. Maybe this guy does have more juice and power than I thought.
And isn't it whether it's Jimmy or Jay or Jacob, they all talk the same, it's all that same tone, the same expression. Roman talks totally different. Even Solo Sikoa talks different. And now you know my connection to the bloodline. I love them. I owe them. They helped me out so much in my career, from Big Sam to Little Sam the Tonga Kid, to Rikishi to Yokozuna to Eddie, a.k.a. Umaga, to Lloyd. They all helped me, man. I love the Samoans.
In between
But what are we doing here?
and Clash in Italy, then I would have expected Roman the next week to say, "Hey, Jacob, just so you know, if you lose to me, I'm going to let Adam Pearce fire you." But that obviously is not going to happen because there's not another Raw, and Roman didn't say that last night. So, Bully, I go back to what I said earlier. If there was another Raw, then I'll be like,
Look,
all right,
Greca,
they're
sometimes
setting
you're a
that
little
up for
soft,
Roman to
man.
say, Listen, pal.
And I'll be back to do a complete review of Double or Nothing. I know here it is going into this week's Dynamite and tomorrow, and that'll be the Fallout show. We know how they fumble that, but I didn't talk about some of the things that I want. I already said MJF has regained the title. Where Darby goes from here, I don't really know. I don't really care. Edge and Christian are the new AEW Tag Team Champions. Thekla retained the championship. Right call. Let's hope Monet doesn't ruin it. We got the Owen Hart Cup going on. Swerve Strickland advanced in an unbelievable bout against Samoa Joe. We saw the incredible matchup between Takeshita and Okada. Takeshita is your new international champion. And konnichiwa, bitches. Arigato from the Chaos-on. Takeshita and Okada was an excellent match. Like I said, Swerve advanced in the Owen Hart Cup. And I believe Ospreay advanced in the Owen Hart Cup.
So last night, between him,
This is unscripted, man.
And the conviction,
And you get to hang out right here in the cave before we get to the bunker.
A little bit different.
Don't go anywhere yet. We're only 40 minutes in here on this road trip.
What if? Roman, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna take that championship.
Go to the playlist. There's over 60 episodes on the road of Chaos Corner, besides the over 700 coming up on episode 750 of Chaos Corner. I can't thank you guys enough for being here.
I'm coming for you that hard, Roman.
And I'm coming for you, the IWC. Follow me over on X, aka Twitter, at GOC That's Me. At GOC That's Me. I post every day on everything. Follow me on Rumble, where I could put up footage that doesn't get copyrighted. Okay, that we're allowed a little more freedom like we need in this country, especially coming out of Memorial Day and heading into the 4th of July and our 250th anniversary and celebration. Rumble, it's plain and simple on Rumble. Guardian of Chaos. And of course, right here on the channel, Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. Check out the post community. I post almost every day. History, nostalgia. I report on the current product, the PLEs, the pay-per-views, the weekly shows, SmackDown, Raw, Dynamite, even Collision.
I'm still gonna be that thorn in your side until now. What just came off the top of my head, Dave?
And that's a big dome piece, Bully. I love you, man.
Of course it is. But Bully, I still wouldn't go there. I still wouldn't go there.
But
Like
you
what
can
just
go
said.
there in a way that doesn't sound like you've already conceded defeat.
Listen,
And that's what
Patrick
Jacob did
Mahomes,
last night.
This next season.
Okay, I don't want to talk about the NFL. I'll say that to say this. Are you still with me, Austin? I know that you are. Don't you dare miss it.